October 19th, St. Mary Parish law enforcement inmate Eric Charles was found unresponsive in his cell. After being transported to Lafayette General, he was pronounced dead the next morning. As News 10's Dawson D'Amico reports, now Charles's family has reached out to News 10, wanting answers as to what happened to their loved one.
It was here at the St. Mary Parish Law Enforcement Center where 32-year-old inmate Eric Charles was found on his cell floor unresponsive. After not hearing anything from law enforcement, Charles's family says they are left with no answers as to what actually happened to their loved one. Britt Charles's mother says when her son was found on his cell floor by others, she was never contacted by law enforcement. She was notified by her son's fellow inmates about what was happening with her child. Herself and the rest of the family claims to have not heard anything about what happened that day. Authorities say they are waiting for the autopsy reports on the cause of death for Eric Charles.
I don't have no answers, and all I want is answers. I just want answers from somebody telling me what happened to my child in the jailhouse. That's all I ask them for. October the 20th, 22, my son passed away in prison while he was still in custody in prison.
When I found out he died, it was like a kick in the stomach. I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't breathe. I'm holding my stomach. My mom passed out. I'm on top of her. It was just horrible. Like, it was bad.
When I found out Eric died, my daughter was the one that came knocked on my door. And when she just said, let Eric die, I just passed out. When I woke up again, all I knew I was going to the Centerville Hospital to check on my son. That was it. That was it.
What hurts me the most is like him dying alone. No family, no sister, no brother. Like he died alone. Even when he was in the hospital, we didn't even let us go see him because, of course, he's incarcerated, but he's dead. So like, what more could we do? They never gave us the reason how he died. I just know that he was irresponsible on the ground, wasn't responding, and we go to the hospital and these women, they saying he fine, and the next minute he dead. And to this day, like we don't know like what actually happened.
What I missed about Eric is everything. Everything. He was kind, he was loving. Eric was very silly. You had to put him out every 10 minutes out your house. He loved his kids. He raised his own kids.
Eric was humble. Like he was sweet. I never saw my brother mad. I never saw him fuss with nobody, fight, nothing. Like he was just good dude. He was a good person. So 2 years before my brother died, we found out he may or may not have a daughter. I believe that she's his because of the time frame, and she have his head, she have his toes, like she's silly like him, like I'm like falling out laughing like him, and she looks just like his son.
My granddaughter is a good person. She's a fun little girl. She's lovable. She's a blessing.
Me, I think she's 90%. Whether or not she's his or not, she's for us. You know, we all she have, we all she know. My niece, she'll visit the cemetery for his birthday, for Christmas, New Year's, like all the holidays. Like she will go and she know it's him. She be like, "We at my dad's house." She go see her dad's house, and she'll kiss his grave, rub on it. Like it's crazy because I honestly think that she know. Like to say she's so young, she know. She know.
Latasha, I'm proud of her. And now that she took up on my granddaughter, I know why she did it for her brother. And I'm proud of her. And I really am proud of Tisha. Tisha, she went all the way. She went all the way.
I'm very proud of my sister T from stepping up and getting full custody of my niece, with putting her through school, and she going to school herself. I'm happy that we could be strong for our niece and step up and give her the love that she deserves. And today I'm hoping that she's for my brother. Like, I know she good. I know God won't bring us this far. I know she good. I know she for us, and we just can't wait to find out for sure.
Tasha, what's going on?
Well, Steve, my brother was dealing with this girl, and when he came around, he brought her. She was pregnant. She was pregnant already. He told us it was his baby, but my brother ended up going to jail, and in this time, she wasn't too far out from having a baby, so she went back home. We didn't hear nothing from this girl. We didn't hear anything. I got a call from my sister not long after. It was maybe like 7 or 8 months, maybe, I'm not sure. But she called me, she FaceTimed me, she was at a game, and she said she had the baby with her. She said, "Look who I got." And I said, that's my brother, baby. And she was like, yeah, she's over here with this lady that we knew from the neighborhood. So I said, let me talk to her, let me ask her if we can get her. Let me see if we can spend some time with her. And she put her on the phone and she was just like, oh no. The maternal side said she don't want the child around her child. She don't want you to get her baby. And basically we couldn't be in her life. Not long after that, maybe a month or two, I get a call from the family member saying that we needed to come get the baby because the maternity side of the family called and said that the baby was abandoned at a house with this random man where the police had been called out to this house. So we got the baby, and my brother come home maybe like 2 months later, right before her first birthday or right afterwards, and he gave her first birthday party. He was home with her. He was going back and forth to court trying to he had to establish paternity to get custody of his child, just go through the process to try to get this child secured. We go into court. Me and my sister bring him back and forth to court to get things taken care of. In the meantime, he goes back to jail, making bad decisions. October 12th, we brought my niece down to get swabbed for the DNA test. The same day, they went to the jailhouse to swab my brother. My brother called me that day, and we was talking about the DNA test, and then he texted me, and he told me he didn't care what the results was. He was nervous about them, but no matter what it was, that was still his child. So October 19th, I'm at work, and I get a call from my sister. She's screaming and hollering on the phone. She's like, they just called Dick dead in his cell. We called my brother Dick. She was like, he's dead in the cell. They saying they're not helping him. Nobody not helping him. We need to get down there. So when I get to the hospital and I'm talking to the doctor, I'm talking to the warden and all the security guards out there, they can't tell us nothing. My brother, an inmate, he's fine. He's going back to jail. Y'all can't be here. Telling us we have to leave. So we're like, we're just going to wait because the person that called me is not no random person. This is family. This is my cousin. And I believe what he said. So we're going to just wait outside. So we wait outside. But as I'm waiting, I'm standing at the emergency room, and I'm in the medical field. I see the doctors, the nurses rushing inside this room. They got the crash cart. Like, I know my brother in this room. I just know. It's a small hospital. Nobody's here. Then my brother in this room, and it's an emergency. He's not okay. So we wait, and the ambulance come. The helicopter come. When the helicopter lands, they rush out there with my brother, who's not okay. He's had the tube down his throat. He's not even breathing on his own, So they're telling us, like, they can't tell us where we're going, where they're going next. I'm like, we're going to follow you then. We're going to follow the helicopter. We're going to just follow. We're going to just go see what's going on. So we followed them to this next hospital.
You followed the helicopter?
Yep. We followed the helicopter to the next hospital. And we get to the hospital, and the doctor, they still basically was on the same time. They was like, they couldn't really do too much because he's an inmate. But he was nice enough to let me know that he didn't know what was going on, but for some reason my brother's heart stopped. And he had to be without oxygen for over 2 hours because he was brain dead. In the hospital, it's like 10 minutes apart from the jail. They didn't understand why his condition was so bad. But on top of that, they told us that he did have pneumonia. So, I guess that probably played an effect in it too. But they would not let us see him. They would not let us see him. They would not talk to us. They put us out of that hospital also, made us go outside before they pulled the plug. But they didn't put it right in and out because he was an organ donor. So they waited to take his organs. And my brother was able to save like 5 lives with his lungs, his heart. So he did a good deal with that. I received a call from child support or maybe someone from the courthouse, but they called me and it was like, I'm sorry to tell you, but we wasn't able to go down and do the blood test. We didn't do the blood test on your brother because we didn't know that he had passed, and just like I felt like a story. So after that, they pretty much, like, these people was helping me. They was helping me try to get custody, get the DNA test. Like, they was helping me. I didn't have no lawyer, nothing. After that day, they canceled. They just dismissed all the cases. They didn't have nothing else to deal with the child support, not with the custody, nothing. So, after this time, I'm living in Morgan City. I go back to home. I moved back to home. And I got down there. I filed the case down there to try to get custody and stuff. And they helped me. Didn't take me long at all. They helped me.
And you ended up getting custody of the girl.
I got custody this year.
So the little girl is now how old?
She's 4 now.
She's 4. And She calls you mom?
She calls me mom. I'm my mom.
Yeah.
I've been having her.
Your mom?
I was mom before brother died.
Yeah. Which is good, because it seems like she's in much better hands with you than what could possibly be the other option. But you're here today because you want to know if your brother is the biological father to the little girl.
I do.
First, let me say I'm really sorry about your son and your brother. It's terrible when you lose someone, but it's even worse when there's no answers, right? But the big question is now a little girl is in the picture, could be your son's. He believed that it was his daughter.
Right.
There was going to be a DNA test, but then they stopped and they didn't draw his blood, and all kind of things went bad there. Got to give a lot of credit to your daughter.
Right.
She steps in, whether it's with, you know, she steps in and just takes this little girl and says, okay, I'm going to raise you, and I'm your mom now, and it's, like I was saying, sounds like the little girl's in much better hands with your daughter.
Right.
And how? What do you have to say about all this?
I was actually the first person to meet her.
Yeah.
That was me at the game. Then I saw the lady where we from, and she brought it to me. She was like, "This your niece?" I'm like, "My niece." I grabbed her and I FaceTime T, and I'm like, "T, look at the daughter." We ended up getting in, like with me. She was like, "I'm coming to your house. I'm coming to your house." She loved me because of my daughter, like.
Right.
And she would come and be bad. I send her back, but she's so adorable. Like she's so beautiful. She adorable. Her smile is.
Yeah.
She is lovable. She lovable.
Well, I mean, she is blessed because she comes into this big family and everybody loves her and everybody's taking care of her, which is very nice. Now, Karen, is it important for you that this is your son's daughter because, in a way, he's living on?
I think it is, and it wouldn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to you either way.
I just know that.
Yeah, I mean, the little girl's embedded in your
it
family.
don't matter because she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
She really have, you know. So she really don't know her siblings, like talking about, you know.
Yeah. And nothing can change because, correct me if I'm wrong, you have legal custody.
Right.
No matter what these tests
matter
or
what the
anything,
results
nothing's
is.
going to change because your daughter is
Her mom.
It wouldn't matter.
That's right.
You know, but
yeah,
well, outcome is, I'm fine with it, Steve.
yeah. All right. Well, let's find out. All right, we're doing DNA results for your little girl. We used your DNA, Karen. So you came here, you got this little girl who might or might not be your son, your brother's daughter. And I'm going to let you read it.
It's all good.
Karen,
Oh, he wanted me to read. I'm sorry.
No, it's,
Karen, you are not the grandmother of Eric's 4-year-old daughter.
obviously, everybody on our team here, and I'm sure everybody in the audience, would hope that this was your brother, your son's daughter. We struggled with revealing these results, but we felt we had to because your family has been given a runaround about what happened with your brother, that we wanted to be upfront and honest as we could be. This is not the results anybody would want. It's not optimal, but like your mother said and like you said,
Yeah, nothing don't change.
it's not going to change. This is your daughter. I'm sure she looks at you as, we're, all of us, we're sorry that we didn't get a better result for you. But we know that the little girl is in wonderful hands. And I really do hope that you get answers with your brother and your son to find out what happened to him. It's a travesty that something like this can happen and you get to run around like this. So we do hope that you get that. And none of us have doubt that the girl's in a better place with you and that she's going to be happy with you.
Thank you so much.
Very nice to meet you.